In this lecture, we will be studying about the type of web services available. So there are two types of web services. One is SOAP web services and another is REST. So in this session, we will be concentrating what are SOAP web services. So when the web services started, SOAP was the basic one. Normally, old applications you'll be seeing all use the SOAP web services. But with the coming of mobile industry into boom and the usage of web services started to a large extent, the REST web services are being used, or we may say them as REST APIs. Normally, we prefer them as APIs instead of web services. Before SOAP was used, but now all of these formation is done onto REST services. That's why we have performed or made this course on REST APIs. Yes, some applications are being used in SOAP APIs only, but they are now converting them into REST web services. That's why we prefer you to automate and learn the REST or APIs automation instead of SOAP UI automation. One more thing, when we talk about SOAP and REST, there are a lot of tools available like SOAP UI and another. As per our personal suggestion, these tools were helpful when we are automating the SOAP services. But as we come to REST services, I don't think that buying of these tools is recommended. You can simply automate the REST services using the Java language. At least I don't recommend buying a lot of money and buying the license for these tools. You have made a better choice. Go through this course using Java, implement in your project, and definitely a client would be happy. You are saving him a lot of money and you're doing the same amount of work. When we talk about reporting a sector, also there are third parties APIs which can be integrated and reports can be generated, or fabulous reports can be generated. Yes, we'll be covering those as well. Now coming back, so it is important first to understand what are SOAP web services. SOAP web services communicate, when we were talking, we discussed website 1. This is website 1 and website 2. Now how they are communicating to each other. In this tutorial we will be studying that the way by which these services are communicating to each other is through SOAP protocol. Okay, this REST and SOAP web services, we normally refer them as SOAP protocol. Protocol means because they are set of instructions which are being laid. There is a format by which both of these can communicate to each other. It is not that the website is saying something and this website is understanding something. No, there are protocols laid that we will be sending data in such and such format. These format specifies these things. So that is why we call them as protocols. And the SOAP protocol, as I said, they communicate in an XML language. For example, website 1 is an application which needs calculator information, that is addition. That this is calculator application. Let me just show you here also that this is a website where you can find the SOAP web services. You can Google it also. You can find various websites where the SOAP services will be available free for testing. So similarly, let us take one example here, this calculator. So we have a web services name at calculator. This is your website. And in a website, we want to implement this calculator functionality. In my website, I don't want to implement calculator functionality. Why to implement? When there are services available, someone has already done, so just get data from it. You must have seen the weather applications. Normally, nowadays, every website is having a right side column showing the weather report. Now, These all websites are not getting the data. They are not calculating the weather temperature of every city. What they are is doing on their website, they send a request to an API or to a website which is gathering all this data. They said, okay, please tell me the temperature of Delhi, and they respond back, yes, the temperature of Delhi today is 44 degrees Celsius, and they show on their website. So these websites are not calculating temperature of every city. They are taking help of services and getting data from different websites. Sometimes these services are free and sometimes are paid. Normally people are working, suppose I have a weather company, I have set up in every city and I'm calculating the temperature. So I'm selling these services. I say, okay, if you want the temperature of every city, for every request I will be taking 1 rupee. So this is how these companies are earning as well. So both are profited. This one is profited because they are not setting up temperature calculation on in every city of the world. Okay, and this is also a betting. Now they have multiple websites who want these information, and they are getting earned. So back again. So in our case, this is a website which needs a calculator functionality to be implemented. It send a request of numbers which needs to be added, let's say 2 or 3, to this API, and this API responds with the result of 5. This is all done with the help of SOAP protocol, that is the XML documents. This website once send an XML document to website 2 in a form of request. Then website 2 sends back the response to website 1 in a form of XML document known as response. So let me show you, not exactly, but in simple, how this we make this request and response in XML. So let me open a notepad. Suppose this is my request. So there must be something like this: addition, opening tag. This is the closing tag for addition. Now under the addition, what I want to do, I want to give two numbers want to add. So this is my first number, closing this first number, and the second number. Let's say we will be adding two numbers, 2 and 3. So this is how we have prepared a request. We'll be sending this, we'll be saving this at request dot xml. On the desktop. Similarly, a response will be sent, that is sum, and the closing sum, and the added numbers. Let's say 2 plus 3, the result was 5. Okay, and closing added numbers, and save this as response.xml and save this. So we have a request and response. So this is the request. If we open with okay, so this was our request, and This was your response. Okay, so when you enter both the numbers in website 1 and click on send, this type of information XML document is sent to website 2. Website 2 processes and send this type of information back to 1. Okay, so this is how web services work. Now there is a term which comes, that is WSDL. Now what is WSDL? These two web services, or we can say these two websites, are communicating among them. Okay, so there should be a predefined document. Now website 1 is not aware what website 2 APIs or SOAP API. So what this SOAP API is actually capable of doing, website 1 does not know. This is laid by this SOAP API in a document known as WSDL. In WSDL document, they tell what this API is capable of doing. So these needs to be shared with website 1 in order to make a request. If we talk about this calculator and if we go to it, okay, you will find a WSDL document here. You downloaded it. Show in a folder. Okay, open with. Let's see. So not open with, let's say, a WordPress maybe. Yeah. So it will open a document like this. This is a WSDL file. You won't be able to understand, and if you want to, and we are not here to understand the SOAP UI in detail protocols. So you just need to be aware of that this is the WSDL file which needs to be shared in order to send a request. In this WSDL file, it is mentioned what type of services available, how to send them, etc. So when we are automating the SOAP UI, we normally use tools because these WDLs are hard to understand. But what this tool does, these tools automatically understands this WDL and it becomes very easy to send request. So here the main capability of tool comes. Like we say, if we want to call it, if you want to call this API, calculator API, in this WSDL, if you read this, there will be two functions available: add, divide, many, and multiply. So you can call all these functions in the API, in the request API, and the response will be sent to you. So I just go through again. SOAP protocol, it was used before, now they are not so much being used. In this SOAP, the request and responses are sent in an XML file, and there is a WSDL file which must be shared between them. It contains information of all the functions which are implemented by the API. I think that is the sufficient knowledge for SOAP. Now in the next session we'll be starting our REST APIs. Thank you.